Hey, good morning, class. Hope you're having a great day. Sixth hour, good afternoon to you. I'm going to be going over the discriminant today, and you've had a video on it from Friday on Khan Academy. Not that you did it, but hopefully you did. And if you didn't understand it, hopefully this will help you out a little bit. So I'm going to go over a couple of notes, a couple of slides, just like I would in class. And so I'm going to work out a few problems actually here at my house. My son is sick, so I will not be in school tomorrow. It is about 11 o'clock at night on Sunday night. And so hopefully you'll be watching this in class on Monday, and I'll be back Tuesday. So like I said, we're going to go over the discriminant. All right, a few things with the discriminant. First off, looking at the quadratic formula. Boom. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We've been messing with this for about a week now, and this actually has something to do with the discriminant. We're going to be looking at this part right under the square root. So, discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So it's the portion of the quadratic formula that would be under the square root symbol, or under the radical, as we call it. Okay, so you should write that down, b squared minus 4ac. Now we're going to look at what we're figuring out. So we're not really solving the problem. What we're doing is determining how many real solutions there are to whatever quadratic equation we're looking at. So here's a little guide for you. So you'll still have your quadratic equation. You'll label your A, B, and C, just like we've been doing in class for about a week and a half now. So you'll label A, B, and C. You'll plug it into just b squared minus 4ac. And then little notes for you. So the number you get from b squared minus 4ac, if that number is greater than 0, then you will have two real solutions. If that number is equal to 0, you will have one real solution. And if the number you get from b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, you will get no real solutions. So greater than 0, 2 real solutions, equal to 0, 1 real solution, and less than 0, no real solutions. Okay, so you can pause the video and write that down. And now we're going to work some out. So here we have our first equation we're going to look at, which is 6x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. You see on the left side of the paper, I've already labeled my A, B, and C, which is A equals 6, B equals negative 2, and C equals negative 3. So we have our 6, our negative 2, and our 3 from our equation that is in standard form, which means everything is on the left side of the equal sign, and it's set equal to 0. The question posed here says, how many real solutions are there? And I gave you a little hint. Use the discriminant. So I'm going to rewrite what the discriminant is and remind you. It is b squared minus 4 times ac. So we're going to plug in our a, b, and c over here into this short little formula. So I'm going to use parentheses to protect my numbers. So that's negative 2 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is negative 3. So I start doing the math on this. Negative 2 squared is 4. Then I have negative 4 times 6 times negative 3. So negative 4 times negative 6, that would be negative 24. Negative 24 times negative 3, that's going to be a positive 72. If I add those numbers together, I get 76. Okay. And if I look at that last sheet that I gave you, the last slide we went over, okay, 76 is a positive number. So if we look back at this, it's greater than 0. So 76 is greater than 0. So greater than 0 says there will be two real solutions. So my answer to this right here, how many real solutions? The answer is 2 real solutions. And that would be your final answer. Okay, let's work another one out. So you have negative 2x minus 1 equals 0. I've labeled negative 2, negative 1 for my A, B, and C. I'm going to plug this into the discriminant, which is, I'll remind you, b squared minus 4ac. b squared minus 4ac, that is the discriminant. And I'm answering the same question. How many real solutions are there? So I have b squared, so b is negative 1 squared minus 4 times a is negative 2 and c is negative 1. So we'll do the math on this. So negative 1 squared, that would be a positive 1. Negative 4 times negative 2 times negative 1. So negative 4 times negative 2, that would be a positive 8. But then 8 times negative 1. So I would have 1 minus 8. So 1 minus 8, that is negative 7. So my discriminant is negative 7. Now remember, negative 7 is not my answer. The question is, how many real solutions are there? Okay, so I'm going to go look at this sheet again that I gave you. Negative 7 is what we just got as the discriminant. Negative 7 is less than 0, so our answer is no real solutions. So come back over here, and my answer is no real solutions. No real solutions. One more problem. All right, guys, last problem here. We're going to look at this problem. It's a special type of problem, okay? We've already looked at one where the discriminant was greater than 0, and we've looked at one where it was less than 0. So I'll let you try to guess what you think this one's going to be before we even start. Using the discriminant again, b squared minus 4ac. I'll keep writing it so it's engraved in your brains. So our A is 1, B is 8, C is 16. So I'll plug those in. So b squared, that is going to be 8 squared. We have minus 4 times AC. A is 1. C is 16. Okay. So we have 8 squared. That is 64. Minus 4 times 1 times 16, which just so happens to also be 64. And 64 minus 64 is 0. My favorite number, if we look back over here, it says if the discriminant is equal to 0, our answer is one real solution. So right here, our answer would be one real solution. Hey, that's the end of your notes. Hope y'all have a great day.